Manchester United go to the Hawthorns to play West Brom. Currently West Brom are sitting third from bottom after Crystal Palace won their game earlier today against Leicester City. There are obviously a lot of games to be played today, but at this present they are in the bottom three, not having a very good season. They sacked their manager earlier, Pulis, and Manchester United have got to be going into this game confident that we can take 3 points. Now, we did rotate the squad a bit during that game in midweek. We got the victory, and Manchester United just got to keep winning games for now, cement that place in second position because the title is gone, and then concentrate on cup competitions come the new year if we can. If we can get a good run of form together over the Christmas period, then that should cement that second position, or at least cement no worse than third position anyway, because that fourth position seems to be up for grabs, but I think the other three teams above them will probably finish in the top. Obviously, Man City are going to win the league. And then I think Manchester United and Chelsea are looking more likely that they're going to occupy the second and third positions either way round. Now, it would be a good boost if Manchester United could cement that place, get a lead in that second position. I've stressed that a lot because then we can concentrate more on the cup competitions come the new year. We're not going to win the league now, so we've got to try and win something this season, or else it will be seen as a failure for me. We've got to try and go out there. The FA Cup, the League Cup, still very much there for Manchester United to try and win. And then obviously you've got the Champions League. That looks a bit unlikely for Manchester United, but you never know. There's only a couple of teams, maybe PSG and Man City, that are playing brilliant football in that, and they've never won the competition, so some of their players may not have the experience of winning that competition either. So that Champions League is very much open. The likes of Barcelona and Real Madrid aren't at their absolute best this season. Okay, Barcelona have been winning a lot of games, but they're not that best Barcelona we've seen from a few years ago. So they're competitions that Manchester United could get far in and potentially win one of them, if not two of them, maybe. So, but we still want to win this game, and I think Manchester United will make some changes. They've got a few players that Manchester United maybe could be concerned about. Obviously, Johnny Evans, played for Manchester United, will be in the heart of the defence. Rondon will probably be up front. They've got Robson Kanu in there. They've got Livermore in there, who's played for England as well. So they've got a few players that could potentially cause Manchester United some problems in there. But Manchester United have got to be confident that we can go into this game and beat the team that are trying to beat the drop. Now, Christ knows what team Jose Mourinho is going to go for. We've been hearing that Marouane Fellaini is out for another month and Eric Bay's out for about 3 months, which is a blow because we've got some games coming thick and fast for Manchester United. We've got a game in the week against Bristol City and then another one on Friday night against Leicester. So we're going to have to rotate the squad in these games. Whether he's going to bring the likes of Axel Tuanzebe in midweek, I would consider that, because after this game we've got to play another game in quick succession and then another game. So we're going to have to rotate the squad in these 3 games. I would expect him to go with a fairly strong lineup for this one and then rotate a bit in the week. Now, he did rotate and bring in Luke Shaw for that game the other day. I would expect it to be Ashley Young on one side, Valencia on the other, probably Jones and Smalling probably in the centre of defence. Then he's going to go with Matic probably and Herrera in the midfield, probably Jesse Lingard maybe in the number 10 role, hopefully Rashford and Martial at either side, and then Lukaku up front. Be something like that. Obviously Lukaku going back to his old club as well, played for them and scored against Manchester United in a 5-5 draw once, scoring a hat-trick. So he's got some incentive to go back to his old club and maybe make a mark and score some goals. Got himself a goal midweek, which hopefully will do him the world of confidence. Still got 9 league goals this season, so it's not been all terrible for Romelu Lukaku. It's just dried up a bit lately. Hopefully over the Christmas period he can get back on form. And as I say, hopefully then we can rotate the squad a bit in midweek, because on paper that would be seen as a slightly easier tie for Manchester United. I know it is away from home at Bristol City, but we're going to have to look to rotate the side then, because that game is so close to the next game against Leicester City. That game's on the Wednesday and you've got the Leicester City game on the Friday, which is crazy, but hopefully Manchester United will rotate it a bit, bring Scott McTominay back in for that one, Luke Shaw, and hopefully Tuanzebe for that game. Because I think this game, I don't think he's going to play. I mean, Scott McTominay did well in that game midweek. I thought he'd done a decent job. Not really spectacular, but I think they'll probably come out of this one and go back in for that one with Fellaini being out. But that is a massive lift for Manchester United, that Jose Mourinho has brought Scott McTominay into the fold this season, and that is when players get their chance when other senior players are injured. And he's only a youngster, only 21 years of age, I think, and obviously he's got a better future at Manchester United than Fellaini. Fellaini's coming to the end of his career, so I don't wish Fellaini injured, but it's a good thing that he's getting in ahead of Fellaini now, and hopefully he can develop into a decent squad player for Manchester United. That's what it's all about. We've still got no Paul Pogba till Friday, which the next game against Bristol City, but we will just have to wait and see what happens there. So he may choose to play Pogba in that game against Bristol City, and McTominay we will just have to wait and see. But Paul Pogba could also come back in for that Leicester game, because I think he's going to have to make heavy rotation for that game. I can't see any other youngsters coming in for that one against Bristol City, but for this one I think it's going to be a strong lineup. It's just this Christmas period, you've got to rotate and that to avoid a lot of injured players, and Manchester United have started to pick up some injuries this season, but you've got to deal with that. Manchester United obviously in centre back positions, defence we've been stacked in areas, but it's that midfield position, that Paul Pogba role, that Manchester United aren't stacked, and that's Manchester United's own fault, because you're going to pick up injuries. Okay, Chelsea picked up very few injuries last season on winning the title, and so far Manchester City haven't, but that's no excuse that Manchester United have picked up injuries as to why we're not top of the league. We've got to cope with this. We've got to bring in the adequate players to replace Paul Pogba. You're not going to replace him man for man, but Manchester City have got players that can do that job on a decent level. Manchester United have had to bring in Scott McTominay, who's a young player who's done very well so far, but obviously isn't on the level of Paul Pogba. But I still expect Manchester United to hopefully get the job done in this. We haven't looked nowhere near as good without Paul Pogba in the team. We've scored a lot less goals, which is worrying, but I'm expecting Manchester United to win. I'm going to go for Manchester United winning this game 2-1. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. How do you think that these injuries, and how do you think the squad's going to affect Manchester United over this busy Christmas period? Like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I'll talk to you all again.